Thanks for the F Shack. Love Dirty Mike and the boys.
Hey, are you Dirty Mike and the boys? How you know who we are?
What's this they call it, the podcast?
Morning Good.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, it's me with the boner on the front.
Welcome to Morning Good.
All right, we're here with Malia Simon.
Okay.
Oh, you
Hello.
said hey before I introduced you.
You're supposed to say hello.
I was going to.
Well, you're taking a long
All right.
pause.
Yeah.
there.
They turned it off by now.
A
Yeah.
lot of liberties there on the
Malia
intro.
Simon and Paddy Defino.
Hey, Michael, glad to be here on your
don't-
podcast.
Oh wow,
That's
you
how I
just
started. I hate it. Dude, I did somebody else's recently, and they put on the podcast. It's so hard not to do.
Yeah.
Be like, hey,
Yeah.
folks, how's it going?
it just becomes so unnatural immediately.
Yeah, because you're like, we're starting now.
Yeah. All right, guys, what's funny?
Yeah.
I feel like I have 4 different voices because I have a stand-up voice. I have like a news from bed voice. You have like
You
a
do
talking.
have a news. I know the news from bed.
Yeah, you have like a talking to your parents voice.
What's
Yeah.
the talking to your parents?
Oh, you talk. Oh, I talk the same to my parents.
Wait, do the talking to
really?
your parents.
I don't
voice.
curse.
I'm just
but-
like, yeah, well.
What are you trying to convince them you are?
But then I also have like a talking to my betrothed voice where I'm like, what's
Ew.
that? Yeah, it's so good.
That's gross.
That's very odd. It's creepy.
Yeah, it's lovey, dude.
What is betrothed? What does that word mean?
I think.
Girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's where,
Wait, what did you think he was talking?
I have no idea.
I think I'm just calling someone in prison, like la la la. la.
That'd be a hilarious movie. We call
Wait, I
your
can't
friend in
believe
prison
you-
and do like a loud gay voice on the phone. You better not be with other boys in there.
Dude, I did a really funny thing the other day. Do you know when like you're alone and you're like, some people just do funny things like,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
they're alone?
Of course.
I never do that.
Really?
So I had the perfect opportunity. I'm like not happy usually if I'm like alone.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
get
feel
it.
you.
So I'm like not in the mood.
Yeah.
But I was like on my way walking to the Staten Island ferry. And
That's probably why you were sad.
yeah,
That's not normally
definitely
Yeah, that's
part
a
of
good
a
point.
fun adventure about to happen before that.
Yeah. Why were
Yeah.
you going to the Staten Island?
It
for?
was for work. I have to go there for work.
Oh,
you know?
that's so.
You work at
boring.
Staten Island?
I just have to go there like 3 days a week for this
What are you
like,
guys
project.
engineering?
New roof.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on the ferry terminal in the Staten Island side. I'm giving
Oh,
away
man,
who I
that's-
am and where I work.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm like walking over to the ferry and it's like 8 in the morning and I'm like kind of nauseous and I have this fart brewing, dude. So like there was all these people standing outside like trying to talk to people like, hey, can I have a minute? And this guy walked up to me. He's like, hey, can I have a minute? And like when he got like an arm's reach away, I just ripped a fart.
Are you serious?
Was it loud?
Yeah, it
What
was so
happened?
loud. It was just like, and just kind of froze. And I just like kept walking. I was like, oh shit, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah.
Totally worked, dude.
Oh, for sure.
Because they're not gonna like imagine you fart and then you stop and then like they have to like talk to you and be like, we have this great program for underprivileged. Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
It's kind of funny to like do a fart prank because that's kind of embarrassing for you.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like I got
I
that.
was
Like, I shit my pants. What a loser that guy
Yeah,
I
is.
was so
Exactly.
embarrassed.
Yeah. Yeah, those are always funny. Like I don't know, it never gets old though, too. Like a funny fart.
Yeah, a well-timed fart. Dude.
Yeah.
Queued up.
Didn't you fart at an open mic one time when someone was bombing?
No, I farted at the beginning of Michael's set one time.
Oh, where
did
was this?
You did?
At Eastville. You were telling a joke about James. You're like, you guys know James Bond? And I just went, nobody else laughed but you. You
Yeah,
laughed
yeah.
on stage. You're like,
Oh,
I remember
that?
this. Yeah.
You're like, oh, that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I wish I could fart right. It totally derailed your entire
Because I
set.
can't do. I've felt it. I'm like, I'm gonna fart because like, especially when it's like a really bad audience. I'm like, this would just be great. And
Yeah.
if they don't laugh, then they're terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, on stage?
Yeah.
That would be really funny.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But it's like what happens then you get up there and then you're like, oh, and it just disappears completely.
You know what's so
Like I don't think anybody's been able to do it in history.
No,
Dude,
well, you know
I-
what'd be really
I
funny?
bet
You
it
know what'd be really funny is if you go up on stage and you're talking and you like just fart, but like you don't like put the microphone up to it or anything. And you don't you don't address it at all.
Yeah.
So like everyone hears it, but like you're not like
kind
mid-
of quiet.
You're
Yes.
like Chat GPT. What even is it?
and like so like they think you think that they couldn't hear it.
You just keep going.
But it's like at the comedy shop where like you
Yeah.
can hear everything.
Have you guys been dating for a while?
And then they're just looking at you and
It's
you're
one
like,
of those fade outs.
yeah. Thank you guys so much just as you're leaving.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of comedy, I got to tell you guys a story. So last night, Jeff Garland, who, if you don't know, he's the other
Curb.
guy. He's a fat guy from Curb. He was
Okay.
in Daddy Daycare. You'd recognize him if you saw him. Can you pull a picture of him?
Yeah.
So he was in
He
the...
talks like this.
Yeah.
It was so loud.
He was in a...
I was right in my ear.
Yeah, I was a little scared there. I wasn't ready for that. But he was in the Village, and do you not recognize him? Is Malia like 14?
No.
I feel like,
No,
you're younger.
I know. It is.
Yeah. Also, by name, nobody really knows him. But
Yeah.
I'll flashback. I heard him on Rogan like 6 years ago, and he's like, "Yeah, if you have long hair, I don't think you're funny." He's like, "I could tell." He goes, "If you have long hair, I don't think you're funny." He's like, "If you act out sex on stage, you're not funny." He
It's
goes,
him saying all women are.
I think he meant-
Really is.
I think he meant dudes. Whatever
Yeah.
he's saying was just shooting. He was just saying like whatever. Like the same thing with my podcast.
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
like, people with Toyota Priuses are bitch. You just say
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
like,
you just
guys with fedora fucking suck. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
you're not applying this to everybody.
Yeah.
But I took it really personally like 6 years ago. So I've had this sort of disdain for him. Like, who the fuck does he think he is?
Yeah.
And he popped into Greenwich Village last night. And so somebody who was at the show comes by and they're like, "Oh, Jeff Garland was in town." And then some people were like, "Oh yeah, he sucks." Like just talking shit like, "Yeah, fuck that guy. He sucks." And I was like, "Yeah, he's so like pretentious. Like he thinks he's like better than everybody." I've never seen a stand up, but he's like, "Oh, you don't have long hair doing comedy." Dude, all this impression. And then he walks in the door of the comedy shop.
No way.
And sits down and just starts talking to all of us after we just like made fun of him and
That's
talked about how we
so funny.
Damn.
dude for like 10 minutes and is the most genuinely nice guy. He's sitting
Yeah.
directly next to me. He's like, "Yeah, so how are you guys doing?" And I'm like, "Good." And it was such a weird like
Nice hair. You're probably funny.
yeah. And it was just like the most awkward thing because I've never had it where like the breath of us talking shit, it's still in the room. Like that
Yeah.
air
Right,
is still in
right.
the same room.
Yeah. And
you
there's
just
probably,
all watch each other, just get your tail between your legs. Like,
Oh, dude,
yeah.
everybody's just like,
Oh,
"Oh, you want
nice
to hop
to
right on
meet-
stage?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so funny too. I told the audience like when I went up because I was 2 comics later, I was like, "We completely just shat talking a bunch, and then we're such fucking pussies." And
Yeah,
be like-
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also like, what's
You're
what
one
are
of the
you supposed to do?
greats, man.
Well, yeah. Well, he was also like, he was a really nice guy. It's like I immediately changed my. You meet somebody for 2 seconds,
Yeah.
and you're like, "All right, well, he's a really cool guy."
I mean, it's like you don't really mean it when you talk shit half the time,
Yeah.
especially
No,
about
exactly.
famous people. Like, you're
yeah,
like,
yeah. You're like, "What?"
Oh, I fucking hate the Kardashians, but if you met them, you wouldn't be like mean to them.
for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it would be insane for him to sit down and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And be like, "You know what you said on Joe Rogan
Yeah.
6 years
Hey,
ago really
fuck
bugged
you."
me." Yeah, yeah.
Go fuck yourself, Jeff.
Yeah, which is insane because that's like the least. It's like I would not want anybody to judge me off of the things I've
No.
said.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because that context just gets like,
Yeah, I think it's because we know, like, we see celebrities a lot, so we kind of know their personality. So like you start to like know them, but you've never met them, so you're like, I don't like have a relationship with him. Fuck
Yeah.
this guy, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
they don't seem like a real
So you
person
just
anymore.
like develop that.
yeah, that he walks in the door and he's just like talking to you, and you're like, I have no idea how to deal with this. Because I didn't go over the top. It wasn't like, "Hey, nice to meet you, I'm Michael." You know, I was like, I'm gonna just hang out. I'm not gonna like
Yeah.
walk out of the room because that's weird too. So I was like just sitting there, and then he's like talking about movies. He's like, "You know what movie had the most incontinuity in it?" And then TJ's like, "The Godfather." He's like, "Correct." And I was just like a weird.
What?
Yeah. It was just a weird thing, but
That's very strange, dude. I have a very funny story that involves you and me.
was
I don't
this-
know if you remember this or not, but this is for the listeners. Me and
Okay.
Michael went and saw the movie 65.
Oh my God! Yes. Let's talk about this, dude. We saw
I don't know
the
about
Adam
this.
Driver 65. He hunts
65,
aliens.
I don't know about
probably the
this, John.
worst movie
I've ever
I've
seen.
ever seen.
It was so bad. So if people don't know Adam
bad.
Driver, you could start explaining. the
Adam
plot.
Driver is a man who's supposed to pilot this like colonization mission with like maybe like 50 people. It's supposed to be taking place 65 million years ago. They're in like a different solar
Yeah, that's
system.
funny too because you didn't know. You just see these people talking in English,
Yeah.
which England is not even a country. So obviously, it's whatever. That's douchey for me to say
Yeah.
about that. But it goes 65 and then it says million years ago, and you go, "Oh, that's why they call it that."
That's
Yeah.
what this is about.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
that's
anyway,
so
but he like basically crash lands on Earth 65 million years ago. So it's when the dinosaurs are around, and the meteor that like extincts the dinosaurs is also simultaneously coming down on the Earth at the same time. And we're making kind of funny jokes where like he like beat his wife or something, and he's like, "What? It was 65 million years ago."
Just doing
But
things.
it's like a
He's having
futuristic.
sex with kids. He's
Yeah.
like, "It's
It was
65 million years ago. I can do whatever I want." Just saying really racist remarks.
Yeah. But
He's like, it was 65 million years ago.
so we like smoked a little weed before. We were both like kind of on edge.
Dude, I was
like,
we were walking around and like I really unloaded on you. I was like, yeah, I know a lot of people that have died. And I'm like, we're just walking around.
we were
Oh,
kind of
one of
having like we were
those.
like really having a talk like about life and everything before we get in.
Oh, wow.
So the vibes going into the movie were a little like tense.
And I was
We're,
thinking about it too. I was like, did I unload too much on Pat? Like,
No,
you know-
not at all.
Yeah.
But so we get into the movie and like the trailers are going, whatever.
By the
and
way,
then-
that trailer for that one movie looks terrifying.
oh, Evil Dead.
Yeah, there was a
Rise or whatever?
trailer that like we just that trailer. I was like, this is the scariest.
I
thing I've
couldn't
ever
wa-
seen.
I,
Because
like,
you guys
covered
were
my
high.
eyes.
This is why you can't get high, dude.
No, you have to.
No,
It's
no, no.
exciting. It makes it. Have you tried going to movies sober? It's so fucking boring.
Dude, remember? Well,
Men. We'll talk about men
Yeah,
after
yeah.
this. But anyway,
Yeah.
so this is.
I also can't enjoy basic things anymore. I'm like, I have to be on drugs for this to be.
I'm like, going to the movies sober is a very
So-
common thing.
Yeah, I know. Like, you don't get fucked
the
up.
movie starts like it starts and they're kind of showing like Earth or whatever. Maybe like 2 minutes in, barely. Like we still have no idea what's happening. 2 minutes in, this guy walks into the theater and he's like in the row in front of us. And he's kind of like fidgeting around with something.
He's got like a mask on.
He's
which
got, like,
for
a
me,
mask.
I get scared when people wear
Yeah.
masks.
That's, yeah, and anything.
Not
that-
because of political. I'm not like,
So-
what's this country go? But I'm like, this is you're covering your face.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And
So-
anything in a theater is automatically like,
Yes.
All the time. The amount of movies I've thought were gonna get shot up, or
dude,
like every time I go to the
because
movies.
of that thing that happened.
For
right?
sure. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so like we're both fully leaned back because we're like stoned. We have our snacks, whatever. We're just leaned back without like leaning his seat forward, without like pushing the button to put it back in. Michael just climbs up out of his seat and just takes 3 steps
the
to
climb.
the aisle and then turns
Because I
around.
was trying to poke at the guy, and I was trying to see
Oh, that's
what's
such
going
a-
on.
So he kicks 2 steps to the aisle and then turns around to me and goes like this, like 1 sec, like gives me a 1 second. And then I see him walk out of the theater and I'm like, okay, maybe he just had to pee or like get a concession
no, I
or
thought
something.
The guy might have a gun.
So he just thought the guy had a gun and just fucking
left
left me.
Patty
Just left me in the theater. Not only that, but he gave me like a just give me a. So then like, were you just like outside of the door, like listening in, like? Just be like, oh, you just like if you heard gunshots, what would you have done? You would have felt pretty shitty.
I felt horrible.
but you were just so paranoid. I
Dude,
feel
I was so paranoid. So what
Yeah,
happened
you
was,
kind of knew you were being paranoid.
yeah. So I
probably.
saw the
Yeah.
guy, and he was holding like one hand in front. Imagine like somebody holding like they're holding like a machine gun. So they have like one hand on like the thing and one hand here,
Yeah.
and he's like fidgeting, and I'm like, this is really scary. But then I walked towards him. And I realized that it was a chair he was trying to open. Which is, first off, that's why the fuck are you bringing your own chair to a movie theater?
Oh, yeah, that's already weird.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
But then once I saw it was a chair, I walked past him to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I was like,
So that was a double paranoid. Yeah, because you can't like look in front of them.
be like, oh, that's a gun. All right, I'm gonna get it and leave. Yeah.
Go back.
Once I found out what it was, that's when I left.
Yeah.
But Pat's Mike comes
Oh
back
my
and goes,
God.
"We're just gonna let me get shot in the fucking face."
Yeah, dude. The funniest thing is like I told like so many people that story because I think it's so fucking funny, and like so many people were like, "What a dick!" You would've left. And I'm like, but I'm fine. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't give a shit. I was like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the funniest thing I've ever.
Yeah. People are like probably really upset about it.
It's one of those things when you're high where you're just like, I don't even know what's
Yeah.
right. Like, you just have to kind of
Yeah,
get
because
out
there's a
of there.
part of me that's like, I'm probably just really paranoid.
Yeah.
You were probably also like. You didn't want to turn to me and be like,
Hey, that guy's got a gun. 'Cause
This,
then-
this guy might have a gun. Because then I'm like, what?
Yeah, exactly. So I was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna scope it out.
Yeah.
And then keep walking.
So
Yeah.
when you gave me the one more, you're like, he probably doesn't have a gun.
yeah, but let me go check.
Let me go
Yeah,
check.
and then I-
But like from my perspective, I saw it as like, you stay here. I'm gonna go take cover.
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah,
if you leave
yeah.
the movie theater, then he's gonna come outside and shoot people.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
also funny because there's like 5 people in the movie theater. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I'm like,
in the worst movie ever.
yeah, nobody's gonna shoot up that movie.
They wouldn't even report it.
Dude, wasn't the funny one? Was it Trainwreck where there was one where the guy got shot, but they got in a show over a cell phone. Like some guy's cell phone went off and another guy shot him because he's like, "Shut the fuck up, dude! I'm trying to watch Amy Schumer." I don't know if it was that, but it was like right around the time because like was it Dark Knight Rises or was
Yeah.
I
it
think Dark Knight Rises was the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
In like Aurora or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, that
Aurora.
one happened, and I remember I went to the. If I first thought that would have been so great if some guy dressed as Batman just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Or how many guys do you think tried, and we just don't hear those stories of the guy who like cried and it just.
Oh yeah, that's pretty sad.
Yeah, he's like, I don't use guns.
Yeah, they're not going to be like 10 teenagers died and 1 vigilante.
Yeah. Do you think they got buried in like their suits? Like just at the funeral, they got like the Batman mask on.
Vengeance. There's like another Batman behind a tree.
Yeah.
With like an umbrella.
But
Yeah, dude.
yeah, I don't know what happened with that, but it was funny too because the guy he got kicked at, or no, the guy, and then we see the guy who goes down there and he is sitting like in his little personal chair, which looks way less comfy. It's like a camping chair. I'm like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you sit in
Is
the
that
movie?
even allowed?
So we saw this big security guard come up, and this Hispanic like manager is like, "Hey, you can," and we see them talk for like probably 15 minutes, and then the manager and the security guard just walk away, and we're like, "What was that discussion? Was it like you can't bring your chair in here?" And the
Yeah.
guy was like, "Yes, I can," and he goes, "No, you can't." It went on for like 10 minutes, and we're like,
Probably.
"What is going on with this guy?"
I love how every security situation, like anywhere, involves like a big guy who doesn't say a word, and then a little guy who's like, "So here's the deal."
Yeah. Yeah, just going off, and
The big guy can't even speak English.
Yeah, he
He's
just
like,
stands there.
yeah.
He's like, "What's up, boss? Shut up."
It'd be
you
funny if the
idiot."
little guy like, jumps on his back while he's fighting, like a fucking like superhero machine or something.
he makes him go.
Yeah.
He like tells him secrets. Like, to fire him up. Ratatouille's the guy.
Just pulling at his hair.
Oh
Just
yeah, I was
fucking-
picturing that too. Yeah, he gave me the words for it.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, is that what you were trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
you can have credit for that one.
Yeah, it's a
Because
double
you
team.
thought of it's what you were thinking.
I want to know what that conversation was. I think it was probably like, you can't sit in your own chair. The guy goes, "I'm disabled," and then he's like,
Oh, yeah,
I guess
totally.
you
Yeah,
can."
yeah.
Like this, what do you need to be? You know,
I can't
Taking a
sit in
load
it's
off
a
in
weird
front of a
disability where I
lake?
can't sit
Yeah.
in movie chairs, and I only can sit in like weird.
What kind
Yeah.
of was it? Like a lawn chair?
Dude, it was a camping chair, like stool, like for your feet. Like, you know where you put your feet? If you're in
yeah, like a
camping chair?
Coleman, like one of those that you put like.
Oh.
I was trying to pull out like a grill. It's like one of those little things starts cooking up like sausages or something.
Sorry, I have to go camping in here.
Yeah.
That's
It's my disability.
my disability
Yeah.
that I need to go camping all the time.
I need to feel like I'm under the stars. Just starts carving up a full watermelon.
The
They really
Man.
don't check bags there at all.
it's insane.
Oh,
It's
dude,
nuts.
That fucking scares the shit out of me.
yeah.
No joke.
Yeah.
Like, I understand why you're freaked out about that.
Yeah, they never do.
Yeah.
No, I bring full backpacks in with like drinks and
Guns, always. Yeah.
Child
How many people do you think
pornography.
bring guns in the movie theater but not planning on shooting people?
Imagine the guy who brings child pornography into the movie. He's just like,
He's like, hey, it's the most private place.
yeah.
But I want to be public still. I guess it's not. It's actually. Oh, I said that. It's not at all. Yeah.
So we saw Men. Have you heard of that movie, Men?
Oh.
I forget who did it. It's a
yeah.
shit movie.
It's,
Yeah. I heard mixed
um,
things about it.
yeah.
It was really bad. Yeah.
And like I took some
This is recording, right?
mushrooms. Yeah. Yeah, you're going.
All right, perfect.
I took some mushrooms, and dude, that movie fucked me up for like 3 weeks.
See, that is
after.
terrifying. Watching a movie
Have
on
you heard
mushrooms.
of the end of that movie?
No, just ruin it.
Dude, it's just a guy who just keeps giving birth out of a vagina to another guy who then like grows
They're just
and
like
they're just like
crawling out of each other's assholes.
bloody
and
fetuses
stuff.
who then give birth to another one. The next one has like a broken leg coming out, and they just keep doing that. Like
And it's
over
some deep
and over.
metaphor about
It's a
society
deep
and-
metaphor about
yeah.
men or something, dude. Oh, honestly, I left that movie theater hating women. There's no reason that
Yeah.
you make a movie that bad.
Everyone hated it. It's literally written by man, and it's called Men.
Oh, that guy was trying to
And
get so much pussy.
That's what
for
I'm
that
saying.
film.
That's what I'm saying. And the whole thing is just like, sorry.
Yeah.
Will you fuck me now?
It's like one of those weird, you know, when like a weird kid like proposes to like the hottest girl in prom,
Oh yeah.
and he's
yeah.
like, "I made you a statue out of toothbrushes."
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm going with Chad. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah,
that's what it was. It was like a nerdy fucking weirdo who doesn't know how to profess himself or make any kind of, you know.
Who is
normal-
that for besides him? Because like nobody is like, Yeah, I don't think men are guilty of any atrocities. It's like we get it. It's like I get, Adolf Hitler.
Dude, I
was
wish
a
people would
dude.
shoot that movie up every single time. Dude, I felt like if someone shot me in the head, I would have felt so much better.
Yeah.
It was really terrible.
I was like
And
the
as a
whole
woman,
time
you're like, aha.
man.
Yeah.
Peter Griffin. Ah, man. Oh, so this is the funniest part. This is maybe the funniest thing Malia's ever done in her 20, how old are you? 24?
23.
23-year-old life. After the movie, we go to the Union Square subway station because we're all heading home. And she hops the turnstile. And I pay because I'm fucking loaded. And we walk over and she's kind of like looking around. And I was like, oh, do you want to like take the L or whatever with me? And she's like, yeah. And she like nervously just like walks over and we're walking down the stairs and all of a sudden this cop comes up to the top of the steps. Like, so I'm at the bottom, she's in the middle, the cop's at the top, and the cop goes, miss, you didn't pay for the turnstile. And she's like, what? He's like, can you come here a second? And she just turns to me and goes, men. Dude, right in front of the cop. And like, it was so fucking funny. Because he definitely heard it, but he can't understand the nuance to that bit.
He thinks that I'm just like fucking men.
Yeah.
Take it for hopping the turnstile.
So funny.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes they're perfect. Sometimes the jokes are so simple, but they're so perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like we went to go see Cocaine Bear, and there's a scene where the bear is like attacking the driver, and like the car crashes, and the driver's Asian. I go, Asian driver, typical. But it's like obvious that he was just getting eaten by a bear. It's like this insane thing. But I'm like,
it is funny though that like they elected to make that choice. Like she could have been the one in the back of the thing that got ripped out by the bear or whatever.
It's one of those things where like no one can say anything because then it's like they're the one who thought it. You know, they're like, well,
exactly.
sure
What do
you
you
want to
think
make
of
an
that, huh?
Asian driver? Like, well, what do you mean? What's wrong with having an Asian driver?
Yeah, it's funny
Exactly.
too to be like, or that was the message. They're like, look, next time you see an Asian guy driving bad, there might be a full-grown cocaine bear in the car eating.
Yeah, that's subliminal messaging.
It's actually society that is causing Asians to crash.
Yeah, that's also like a funny that's one of those stereotypes that I don't think really like is dramatically harmful.
That
Yeah.
Asians are bad drivers.
Yeah.
I don't think
we're-
they care.
Yeah. Because it's one of those things too where
I
it's
think
like,
it's kind of cool in a way.
Yeah. Well, it's like I think I get why the math one's bad because if you say all Asians are good at math, then there's like a guy who's like I went to Harvard for literature. They're like, all right, buddy, we're gonna have you solve them. Like that is a thing where they get sent to the math department. I'm like that sucks. But like karate and being bad, they're not gonna be like we're gonna have you guard the building, sir. You know what I mean? It's like it's like there's some that are so like either outlandish or like just that it's like I don't know what scenario that hurts an Asian person.
Yeah. If anything, I feel like it helps everyone
To be more
awareness.
careful.
Yeah. Like if I see some
The
license,
cops are like nicer about it. They're like, look, you got in a crash, but I see the name on the license. I
Yeah.
know.
yeah. If I see Godzilla on a license plate, dude, I'm staying 2 lanes clear. All right.
But I understand the other side of it where people that are Asian are like, all right, we've heard the driving joke a lot. Come up with something new.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like I get like a lot of jokes about my last
They're like,
name.
all right, we heard the driving thing. We heard the tiny penis thing. We heard that we're good at math.
we have sex with octopi.
Yeah, we heard that we
squid.
hate black people. or
Yeah,
whatever.
throwing up other stuff.
Just every single we eat dogs. Yeah, yum yum yum. Woof
Dude,
woof.
They can be so just like they really don't give a fuck sometimes. Like I had a professor in college, and he was this Japanese guy, and he taught like personality psych. And one time he was talking about like body standards for women or something like that. And
Classic.
just the way he was talking about it, like he showed all these pictures of Marilyn Monroe, and he's just like,
This is hilarious.
yeah, like he's like, guys, Marilyn Monroe, like she was kind of fat. Swear to God, he said that. Like, and
Was
he's
he
like,
from Japan?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like, but it's like, what point are you making right now, bro?
Yeah.
But it's like everyone was like, and this was at Columbia, so everyone was like, "Oh my God," you know, like you're not supposed to say that kind of thing at all. But it was
Yeah.
him, so he could just say shit like that.
Yeah.
It is funny, like finding like a skinny person, just being like, she looks pretty fucking fat.
Yeah. Well, it's also, I mean, like if you're from Japan, like there's
Well, she is fat
besides
in
sumo
Japan.
wrestlers,
Yeah.
No, for women, they need to all be tiny. For
No, I know that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Oh,
like, their
yeah,
standards,
yeah,
Outside
totally.
of sumo wrestlers. What if sumo wrestlers are just regular American sized people? We're like, oh shit.
yeah.
Dude, there's a place I want to go. There's a place that does like Japanese game shows. It's called like Batsu or something like that in the East Village. I walked by.
Batsup?
I just heard like, yo. And I'm like, what is going on down Batsu? Yeah. It's like Batsu. And I was like, and you're like, yo. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And all the windows are blacked out. And then I
Oh,
looked it up,
shit.
and they do these crazy Japanese game shows where they're like hitting people in the balls. They're
Whoa,
like
it
making
sounds
people.
like Fight Club kind of.
Yeah.
shit.
That's pretty. There's no way you get allowed in though, right?
No, you do. It's like that. Trust the real ones of that are like there's no advertisements outside. Like you can't find it. But this is like
Yeah.
it's like just right in East Village. It's like they're doing it as like a fun cultural thing. But it'll probably be
Oh,
gone in
that's
3
cool.
weeks. So I want to go.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever see those things on the sidewalk that say Fight Club?
Yes, I don't
What
know
does
what
that
that
mean?
is. I don't know.
I think it's just like someone made a sticker thing.
Yeah, it's just like a spray painted.
Yeah, I
stamp.
Dude,
guess
the
so.
one that pisses me off so much is there was one in my neighborhood in Bushwick. They spray painted like the outline of this woman like holding a fucking vibrator over her pussy. Got me so mad, dude.
Why?
So mad.
Wait, what do you mean they spray? Who spray painted where?
It was just on the sidewalk. It was just like a outline of like a woman like this, and she just had a
Are you
vibrator on her
serious?
pussy.
What's wrong
I
with her
mean,
going
pissed.
Inspector Gadget on the pussy?
It pissed me right
Why?
off, dude. Because there's kids walking around.
Oh, you're one of these guys.
What are we gonna?
Oh, dude, come on.
We're lying. We're lying to him about Santa. We're gonna lie to him about a female orgasm.
Do you actually? Because I don't care. I'm like, dude, if they were like, we're gonna show hardcore pornography to elementary school kids, I wouldn't give a fuck.
What?
I don't care.
That's a crazy thing you just
Such a
said.
take.
I don't care because like, okay,
Now we're-
Hardcore pornography.
I
Wait.
don't care.
Even the one I don't want to watch.
What do you mean you don't care?
Okay, so first
There's-
off, I grew up. On,
don't
care.
I can't
I
believe you
grew
just.
up on hardcore
I can't believe you've just been
pornography, and I'm
sitting
fine.
on this take.
Well, it's like okay, it's like. The person showing kids hard pornography, that's weird because you're like, what are you trying to fuck these kids? That's a problem.
It's always a Mexican guy on a construction site.
showing kids. What are you talking? I'm very confused.
No, they're like known for showing each other pornography. Like
Oh,
That's
in the
what this
workplace.
opinion
I did not
needed
know
is
this.
more something else offensive.
I've never heard the stereotype.
Oh, really?
That actually guys watch porn on the
Dude,
job
yeah,
site?
it's like a known. It's a very
Oh, the
well known
construction
thing.
guys?
And they're like
Language.
that. They're like all in on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
That they wait.
Just
they,
like 10 of them crowded around one phone.
Dude, literally, and it'll just be like some lady just getting fucked in
Well,
the
it's-
ass, and they're just like,
it's been long known that they're the horniest dudes. The
Dude,
yeah, that's what
construction
you mean,
guys.
guys.
No construction
Oh
guys.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense. It's like that's a guy who can't sit in a fucking office. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
fuck that. I have
Yeah.
too much testosterone.
yeah, dude.
And then so you combine that with being on a job site.
Yeah.
you're just doing drywall. You're fucking ready to.
And
go.
it probably like I think exercising also like raises your testosterone.
Yeah,
Probably they're out in the heat and stuff.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
yeah. They're
Yeah.
eating spicy food, so their body's like, ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, that too. That absolutely. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But my thing is okay. So like,
Okay, back to
this is my opinion on it. So it's like, I do think like you shouldn't show kids hardcore pornography. Obviously,
oh, you're a great guy.
thank you. But it's like I genuinely, I don't. Okay, I don't care. I do not care. Don't fuck kids. But I don't think that like because everybody's like, look at this new book the kids are reading in school. There's like a gay sex scene. I'm like, I don't care. Why do I care? Why would I care?
Interesting.
Why do I care?
Point A to point Z.
Because that's the whole argument, right? It's like
Yeah.
everybody's like, I heard somebody recently, they're like, look at this graphic novel the kids were reading. And the kids are like 16. They're like, look,
Yeah,
there's
but
like
bro-
a gay sex scene. I'm like,
There
dude,
is-
there's hardcore porn on all of their phones.
there is something to showing kids at a young age very graphic pornography, because then from then on they can read any book. There's no banned book anymore.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
everything is on the table. Everything's fine.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if you're trying to open the floodgates,
Dude, I watched a guy get murdered when I was like in 8th grade on video. It was weird. I was a little fucked up for a week. But, you're like, that's what the internet is. And I'm like,
For a week.
they're not seeing anything that's not like a real thing. Like that
Well,
is a real thing. It's like
right.
people do
But don't you
gangbangs.
think
Yeah.
sometimes your brain is kind of not ready for all that? Like, don't you remember the first time you watched porn and you were like, it was exciting, but you were also like what the fuck?
No, I was like, this is cool. I wish somebody showed me this earlier.
No,
Dude,
dude,
the
it's
problem-
overwhelming. Like it will overwhelm a kid.
The problem is like the first
don't
time a
think so.
kid watches porn, it's never just like missionary sex. It's like there's like a horse and a dog and a goblin.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
They're
If
all like
that's true,
jizzing
dude.
on.
I remember I
I just
looked at
looked
porn
up-
pictures for like a year. And first off, also, I think when you're a kid, like you're like, I'm not gonna watch a dick in porn that's gay. That was like the whole thing. So like you'd watch
Yeah.
lesbian, and then once I found
Oh.
out you go to videos, I was
Just
like,
covering up with your hand.
yeah. But once I found out you could go to videos, I'm like, my mind was blown. I was like, why did I ever think of that? The pictures could be moving. Like it
Oh,
never
I
occurred
started
to me.
with pictures too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to Google images.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother looked up like strip. That was like in like 5th grade or something like that. So we just saw like naked women, which I don't think there's anything wrong. What's wrong with kids seeing naked women? Like that's
Well,
what,
nothing if they seek it out, but I'm saying like if it's forced upon them before
Exactly.
they're ready. You know what I
yes,
mean?
Yeah.
showing them is very
Oh.
weird. Yeah.
I think the word,
Well, so-
the wrong word in the sentence was children. I think children are too young.
Well,
14 is not.
no,
you're
I
not a
think the
child.
wrong
they are
word
too
was
young,
like-
but also I don't care.
But like, dude, but it's like if you find your way to something, then for sure you were meant to see it at that time.
I don't know. I saw 2 girls one hook up when I was like 13. I was like,
Or
oh,
not,
that's what
not
I'm saying.
meant
The
to, but like
first-
meant to in some sense.
The first one I
Right.
saw was Trailer Hitch Bitch.
What the hell is that?
It was a woman whose vagina looked like there's like this, in Pirates of the Caribbean 2, Davy Jones, how he's got like those tentacles.
yes,
Her vagina looked like that, and she put
Okay.
like a
Oh,
condom
man.
over a trailer hitch on
and
the back,
fucked a trailer
and
hitch.
fucked a trailer hitch.
Oh man.
That was the first thing I ever saw.
And you were turned on by that.
No, not at all. I
Oh.
had no idea what it was.
Oh,
I was like you're just like kind of enthralled. You're like,
yeah.
And how
What
old
am
were
I-
you?
I was, I think 12 or 13.
Now, if you were 14 and or if you were 10 when you saw that,
I would have
you
been
come-
rock hard, baby.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where it's like I don't like, you see 2 girls, 1 cup when you're 13 and you go, wow, girls are cooler than I thought they were. And then you're good to go. Not necessarily that, but you see that, you're like it's like I think somebody showing kids porn is creepy as hell. Obviously, don't show kids porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like people love to use this word pornography and they're like, look at this book that has a sex scene in it. And they're like, because they teach graphic novels in schools or whatever. It's like, and they'll have movies that have sex scenes. And then it's like, do we really need, is that really like is that kid going to be fucked up for
Yeah.
life because he saw that? It's like,
Yeah, dude, because like I remember we saw Romeo and Juliet in
Ooh,
school,
I
and dude,
remember
she
that.
had the biggest fucking tits ever.
yeah.
And like I'm pretty sure you see them, and like, dude, seeing tits that big, it's like I wish I saw like tits like kind of on like a scale. Like I wish I saw an A cup first, then a B, then it's before seeing that. Because once you see that, you're like, what was that? You know?
Right.
Like if I had seen him like go up, I could have made sense of it in my mind.
yeah.
But there was no way I was doing that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how like sexuality would progress if we didn't have access to porn.
I don't know. Because it's like, also, it's like, I don't know. It's like you say that, but then also, like in the 1800s, people were like fucking kids. So it's like,
Yeah.
what? You know what I mean?
Very true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There-
so
I
it's
think
like-
there'd be way more
Yeah.
pedophilia.
Yeah.
Dude, teachers
Possibly.
it just
Yeah.
keeps happening where teachers just
there's
keep
elementary
fucking
school, but yeah, they
students.
got in trouble for like having
Oh.
child porn. It's insane.
Yeah, dude. People did that at my school like once a week.
Banged kids. Yeah, I think that's normally how that works. That nobody's like, I do it once in a blue moon. I think they do it.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna always happen.
Yeah.
On
People are always
holidays.
surprised. Like, this guy who fucked kids fucked a lot of kids. It's like, yeah, I don't think people usually dip their toes.
Like only on
Yeah.
holidays.
yeah.
or-
I'm kidding myself.
Well, that's what I wonder if like back in the day,
On
because
the
like
Sabbath.
so many people were doing it. If like people would do it who weren't even into it, but they're like, I gotta see what all the rage is about.
Yeah, I'm hanging out with the Rolling Stones. This is what they do.
Yeah. It's
They
not my
did
cup
all
of tea.
just-
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea. What am I not gonna fuck this teenager?
Come on, bro.
we're on
what
tour.
Are you gay?
Yeah, that's gotta suck to think you're into it. Then you're like,
Spring
Jesus
break.
Christ, I fucked a 16-year-old and I don't like it. And
Your Honor, I plead spring break. I plead rock and roll and spring break.
oh, you're gonna tell
The
me
court
no-
has decided innocent.
No,
But that's one of those things where it's like, so it's like the drag brunch with the kids, right, or whatever. That's weird.
yeah,
as
this is
fuck.
actually
Yeah.
a very progressive point I think that you're making.
Yes.
In
exactly.
the long run. Yeah.
Yes, I think that's weird, but I don't think it's going to negatively affect the kids. You're weird for wanting to show kids certain things, but I don't think
Right.
the kids are like,
Yeah.
it's, you know what I mean? It's like, I think that there's,
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
also the second
Yeah.
the school teaches me something, I'm like, what is this lame? Like if I was a kid and they started,
Yeah,
I'd be
dude.
like, now it sucks because you said it was.
Yes.
If anything,
Yeah.
the schools were like, do not be homosexual. And then I'll be like, I'm going to start blowing my dude friends.
Take that, Mrs.
Yeah.
Krasinski.
And then they're like, that was the lesson. Senior year, they're like, we wanted to make you guys all gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they should do that with drunk driving. They should be like, what you guys want to do? This is
Just
the
drive
responsible.
drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just kill off all the good kids. We're
Drink
like, okay.
45 Mike's Hard Lemonade because that's the only thing you guys can get your hands on.
Yeah.
Get your parents' keys, their nicest car. Immediately start it. Drive. Yeah.
That's how you get on student council. And they're like, you fucking pussy. You drove drunk last night? Yeah. It evens out. But yeah, I think it's one of those things. It's some of it is weird, but I'm like also I don't think kids get that fucked up. Like people just assume it's like, dude. When I was like in 6th grade, I was watching porn every day.
Yeah.
And as I said, I'm not the best example for what's normal, but I don't think it really like fucks you up that much. And it's like it is a part of life. It's like that kid's gonna have. And it's like I think you should teach.
Yeah.
But as I said, it's also weird when there's like a teacher who's like, "Isn't this gay sex scene cool?" And you're like, "All right, that's weird." that you're-"
Yeah. But don't you think, just back to the porn thing, like, don't you think there probably was something fun when like you didn't know if other people were as fucked up? Because now there's all this fucked up shit out there and you're like, oh, everyone's watching crazy shit.
Yeah.
But like probably back in the day, you thought like, oh no, it's just
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, but it wasn't
like,
fun. For me, it was like deep disgust in myself.
all right, well, maybe a little
yeah.
bit of that, but also
yeah.
like maybe you're like, and then you find one other person who's like into some freak shit,
Oh, yeah,
and then
it's
you're
great.
like,
You're like, oh,
whoa.
that's
great. Yeah.
But now it's like everyone tells everyone
Everyone's
that
just gone so far.
everyone's
with it,
gone
dude.
so far
It's
with
too
it.
far.
Yeah.
But-
I
but
agree.
Dylan Mulvaney is the face of Bud Light.
Oh boy.
Which I said this before, but like people are making a big deal about that. Like Bud Light is literally gay Budweiser.
Oh, it is.
Is it not?
It's
There's
hilarious.
not a more like appropriate place.
Yeah.
on
But it's
earth.
still rednecks love it. And they're
Rednecks
like,
love it.
and they're like,
Yeah, that's an interesting. Why do you think they did that?
I think it's funny
Do you
because it
think-
is funny. And also,
It's hilarious.
I wish she would have gone farther with like the what's it called, and been like she was talking about March Madness. But to
Yeah.
be fair, it's like March Madness. I don't think that many rednecks are into that. But it would have been funnier if she's like, I don't even know what the SEC conference is. And she's like,
Yeah, for
she's like, I think I'm gonna play football next week, and then just slowly start.
That's
like,
why I thought like there's no way this isn't for press.
yeah,
Oh,
for
it's
sure,
totally-
Right? Yeah.
I
okay,
did hear
yeah.
that they lost $4 billion in sales.
Well, because like, dude, half my Instagram feed is
For
now
now.
For now,
fucking
yeah.
Yeah.
rednecks that are like, here's a song to Bud Light. Fuck you. And I'm like, it's so fucking gay, dude. It's like, yeah.
Dude, it's also like it's a can, dude. And who's better at recycling than the trans community?
Ah, that's a good point.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a
Dude, I think there's a little more going on here than Kid Rock realizes.
Yeah.
Dude, what an awesome way to protest, dude.
To shoot. Well, yeah, but Adam Christopher was talking about last episode. It's like he shot all those, and it's like he bought all those Bud Lights still. Like, they were,
But still, dude, you gotta pay a little. You gotta make a little investment to make a real point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's like I don't. It's like one thing where it's like I do respect the inclusion, but some of it's funny. Where I think I sent you that article about like the Blue Beetle, like they're making it all Hispanic, which is cool. And like you should. I get making things diverse because it's like especially
What's
like,
that? The Blue Beetle.
it's like a superhero movie. So like if you're a kid, I totally get why you see a gay superhero and you feel better about yourself. I'm like I think that's a good thing. But there's this article for the Blue Beetle and says. The new Blue Beetle movie is unapologetically Latino, and it's like, what?
Oh, come
That's
on.
hilarious. That they're like,
Wait, and it's gay. It's a gay one.
no. But they're like, they said it's
Oh.
unapologetically Latino, as if they're like, what's
Like,
an
how would they be apologetically
I
Latino?
love the director
Guys,
being
I'm
like, look,
I'm
this film.
Sorry, how
Sorry.
Mexican.
Yeah.
Lo siento.
He's like, look, this film's a little south of the border. It's not going to be for
I was hoping it
everybody."
was the Blue Beetle and it was like a gay superhero movie, so the villain could be called the Bug Chaser. Do you know what Bug Chaser?
I can
is?
tell she didn't.
Yeah, you totally didn't. You totally didn't.
Just laughed along.
Do you know what it is?
No.
It's somebody who like purposely tries to get AIDS from other people.
Yeah, for the thrill of the sex.
We always run it
Oh,
for the
shit.
thrill of it.
Yeah, they like seek out people with AIDS because it makes it way hotter that they could contract.
Dude,
HIV.
that is fucking.
That's a crazy
Okay,
thing.
imagine being into that.
Yeah.
Imagine
Like, you think
considering
you're
AIDS to be a
fucked up.
bug.
Yeah.
That's a little bit
True,
bigger
that's
of a
true.
deal.
That's true. I'm about to get the old bug tonight. Like, bro, you know you're gonna have
Yeah.
that, right?
But now it's like not even like I think AIDS is cool.
Yeah.
From the
Oh,
little
you
knowledge I
can you
have.
can cure it now, kind of, right?
Yeah. It's like not even. Yeah.
Are we sure about that?
No.
Okay.
Look, I'm not sure about anything. I've said it's okay. I don't care
Yeah,
if you show kids porn. I don't care.
But I feel like we should probably look into that.
AIDS is
Yeah.
probably the
Yeah.
safest thing you can have right now that nobody will fuck you if they know you have it.
yeah.
You know?
Wait, say what?
But
It's
apparently,
like the safest thing you can, like, you're not going to get sick. You're barely even going to have any symptom ever, but still nobody will fuck you.
Oh yeah, but nobody will fuck you. So that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's called AIDS.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, I
they
think
got AIDS needs a real rebranding.
They need
Yeah.
a real rebranding.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, like imagine being like, oh, I have AIDS, but like it's cool now.
Because it's terrifying, dude. It's like you shake hands with the homeless guy, and your immediate thought is, God, I hope I don't get AIDS. Like you're
Yeah.
terrified of it.
One time I shared a cigarette with a homeless guy.
Yeah, you probably
Oh,
have
that's
AIDS.
living on the edge
Wow.
there.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
like, I was just really fucked up. Used to drink a lot. One of my friends just passed out in Wall Street somewhere. Like didn't see him the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And there's just one homeless guy who was smoking a cigarette. He's like, "Hey, you got an extra one?" I was like, "Nah, you can just have some of mine." He's
Yeah,
like, Even he was like, "Are you sure?"
He's like, I have
Yeah.
AIDS.
He's like, "I want that cigarette more than life itself, but I don't want you to be sick."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's
I'm about to
terrifying.
sneeze.
I had a guy recently, this homeless guy, I saw him shake some guy's hand, and the homeless guy's hand was just covered in blood. And he's like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, that is terrifying.
Just
Bless
making
you.
a pact. God bless you.
The worst thing is in
Thanks.
school, they pull that shit where they're like, I had this teacher, and he goes, we're going to do a little test. So Sarah has AIDS. Sarah, stand up here. Sarah has sex with Bobby, who has sex with
Oh, your
Billy.
teacher a fucking creep, dude.
Yeah, who has sex with me. Who has sex-
And they all have sex with me.
Yeah.
He's just rubbing his nipples.
Yeah.
Like,
And he's
he's like, where was I going with that?
yeah.
Oh yeah, I gave you guys all AIDS.
Yeah. But he's like, and then Lindsay has sex with Bobby or like whatever, and then all these people have AIDS. I'm like, or if just like one of these, or if I just wore a condom, I would be fine. You know, it's like, or if
Yeah.
one person does that.
Yeah.
But it's like impossible
Right.
for women to get. It's not impossible. It's very hard for women to catch AIDS.
Really?
Insanely hard.
Oh,
Yeah.
what have I been wearing?
What if I've been wearing a female condom?
What have I been wearing a dental dam for all these years?
No, it's like there's such a low chance of it. It's like women,
Oh,
I think 20% of AIDS patients.
Where's
are
the
women,
camera?
And that's because yeah, only 20% are women, and that's probably from intravenous like drug use. So it's like if you're not sharing needles, with
oh
people,
shit.
yeah.
No, but what if you have sex with a gay guy, dude? Or a bi guy, sorry, that is.
If you have sex with a bi
Women
guy,
don't have sex with bi guys.
Well,
apparently it's still
where's the camera?
yeah. Apparently it's still less likely.
Yeah.
I think some of it, I believe it's anal fucking. Now I don't know if this is just propaganda.
Yeah, no,
I
I've
was
heard
told.
that as well.
Yeah, because it's bloody
It's because it makes it, it's easy, something.
Is
where
it
like,
bloody?
for some people.
Dude, there's no way God wants them doing it. There's like a built-in security system in an asshole.
I don't know if you know how the vagina works, but there's something that
Literally
stops that.
there's
There-
so many signs telling you not to do this. First,
The
the
poop.
Bible.
the word
Second,
of God.
the tautness of an asshole. Third,
It
the
is, but hey, but what about the pleasure center that is located?
blood.
Yeah.
See, that
That
is like the Da Vinci Code.
that's the
the male anatomy.
that's
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
ultimate
The
curveball.
national treasure, yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta get into my asshole and find out if it makes me come.
That is funny because like everybody talks about like homosexuality is like a temptation when they're religious, and it's so funny to be like, look how tempting it. Like, look, we all want to do. Like the priest who's like, look,
You just want a
God-
sweaty guy behind you.
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
for
that's
some
totally
amount
true.
of
That's
time.
totally why they banned it because they're like, I want to do it so fucking bad.
Yeah. And it's funny temptation thing because they're like, look, they're like, it's a temptation. They're like, you want it. It's like, you think God is out here like, let me make the hottest fucking dudes so other dudes want to fuck the dudes, but then when they do fuck the dudes, they're gonna go to hell. Like it's a crazy
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
It is. Dude, I bet like a lot of priests, like the reason a
Fuck
lot of
kids?
priests
What
fuck
up?
kids
What up?
are because they're like, oh, I'm not tempted by the flesh of women. They probably didn't know it about men yet, but
That's
they're
a
like,
great point.
they're like, I don't
yeah.
feel like I could do this and be like abstinent for my entire life.
I think
Even if
that's
they
true.
knew they were gay, they're like, that's like too embarrassing for me to like do like at that time, you know? So then they get into the priesthood and then they like see that there's these kids that like kind of look up to them in a way and like
Yeah.
do what they're told. And they're like,
Totally.
oh, I have like some kind of power over these kids.
For sure.
Yeah,
and
totally.
I also think sometimes people see darkness in themselves and they try to overcorrect, like, and they go, "Oh, I want to fuck kids, but I'm gonna do something good with my life. So I'm gonna become a priest because I have
Yeah.
this weird
That's
dark."
I'm
also
gonna
true.
fuck
Yeah, it selects for
less privileged kids.
yeah.
Give them an equal
I'm gonna
opportunity.
go to the DR.
them.
Bang a kid with waves.
Yeah, where they really need it.
yeah.
Bang a kid with a tapeworm.
Yeah.
That ought to be good. That was gross. I wish I didn't say that.
Dude, that's me about that. I'm like sweating from what I said earlier. I'm like, I don't care if you
Oh, you
show
still
kids
think-
porn. It's also 1,000.
I think you did a
I
good
think you-
job. You did a good
Yeah, I
job
think we
working
ended
your
up
way.
somewhere.
Yeah.
You look like a cat and like get stuck in a paper bag for a while, and we're like, I don't think Michael's getting out of this.
Yeah. I'm like, no, oh,
He
yeah.
definitely
Eventually-
came in hot there for a second.
Yeah.
Well, it's like there's a list of things I care about, and that's,
For
I think
sure.
the kids will be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I guess your just stance was you just don't care about children, which is
Yeah.
Nobody cares about children.
What's the difference between you and people getting abortions? Nothing.
They're
They're doing it because they don't want to be fat.
Yeah.
You're doing it because
What
you
if they're
just
doing it-
genuinely don't care.
What if they're doing it to prevent all the kids from
getting fucked?
getting fucked?
Ooh, that's
Yeah, or reading books about gay people.
yeah.
I don't know. That's a great
Riddle
question
me
there,
this.
Malia.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I mean, all of it really comes down to parenting, though. That's all. Nobody wants to parent their own kid. I always fucking say this. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, do you see what they're teaching at school?"
Yeah.
It's like, really? Well, how about you fucking hang around the house every once in a while? Don't get fucked up to Buffalo Wild Wings every Thursday.
Yeah.
Sit with your kid and maybe.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was the worst kid I've ever seen in my life on the subway today. He was just like kicking people next to him, and his parents like were just like looking at each other and like not giving a shit. And dude, he was just like screaming stuff, and there was this like super like cracked out homeless lady who just was just like she was like crumpled over like this for like 10 stops, and she just like got up and she's like, shut the fuck up, shut the
Yes.
fuck up, dude. It was so
Yes.
funny, and the parents were just like, whatever, and the kid didn't change, and I was like,
Oh, that's
dude, yeah,
You know how many times I want to do that to a kid on the subway?
yeah. Just a homeless person like just fucking eviscerates a child on the subway.
Yeah.
Net zero gain.
Yeah.
in the
Net
Yeah.
universe.
People are all
zero.
worried about the vaccine stopping people from having kids. I hope it does. We don't need any more fucking
Oh,
kids.
totally.
Yeah, especially in the city where everyone got the vaccine.
Yeah. New York City needs less kids.
Yeah.
This is a terrible place for kids.
Totally.
Dude, the worst.
Whenever I see people like trying to like take their kids for a walk or something, I'm like, bro, move out of the city.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's a
go
terrible
to go
place
to
for
a
'em.
farm or something. Like
Yeah. Whenever you see like a baby, it's like you imagine like you see like a diamond sitting. It's like, dude, hide that.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Put it away.
Yeah.
There's sharp objects everywhere. Like literally, you go on the ground, there's like heroin needles, and the kids will be
Yeah.
like, "What's that?" Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I used to walk past this smoke shop with the girl I used to babysit, and she would be like, "What are those?" And like, it's just it was like on the nose. Like I was like, "What?" She's literally looking at bongs and asking me what they are, and then she's like, "Are they trophies?" And I'm like, "Yeah." But like, what do you expect if you raise your kid? Like,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's going back to what I was saying earlier. It's like I think there's danger, and that's what you should be worried about is your kids actually getting injured. But I don't really have a fear of information with kids. Like I kind of feel a little differently about like I think kids should be taught about sex early so they don't get molested. Like they should be
yeah, that's probably true.
because it's like
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's like my dad gave me the talk super young and it just fucked me up. You know what I mean? It's like yeah, there's a way to do it.
The kid
obviously.
who
Yeah.
like learns about sex and then gets molested. He's like, dude, he didn't even hit it right. We did like missionary for like 20 minutes. Like, he didn't even try to
like,
touch my
You
clitoris.
can't even hit the back walls.
Yeah.
He's like scrolling on his phone after.
Yeah. Smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah. He's got a Smartie crushed up, smoking it like that.
You guys like shit. Was that good for you?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Just the guy gets like can't
Guy
get a
gets
boner in front of the
self-conscious.
kid.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. And what is
Swear to
it?
God.
Yeah, you don't like my overalls or something?
Yeah. No, it's not you. It's me. I've got a lot to drink. It's noon. What do you have?
Sorry, I'm just really full of candy. I don't know if I can go again.
That's gotta suck. And then that guy gets caught for that. He's like, I didn't even come.
Yeah.
I mean, the funniest thing in trial. He's like, I
Yeah.
didn't even finish.
Dude, I was in the bodega the other day because I just like go to the bodega all the time. I have like there's 2 on my block. I have to like rotate them because I'm like,
dude, I go like 8 times.
yeah, I'm like, I'll be like moderately fat at both of them. I'm not gonna be obese at one of them.
Yeah.
But like I went in and all I got was like bleach and batteries, and I was leaving, and the lady goes, "It's like, all right, enjoy." Like she told me to enjoy, and I thought it would be so funny to like walk back in there and be like, "Hey, do you have another sour milkshake I could have?" I think I want another sour. Like I drank the
retarded.
bleach.
Yeah.
I just hand her 2 batteries covered in shit.
It's so funny that you said enjoy.
yeah, enjoy. Like, oh, yeah.
Yes.
I guess I'll just fucking kill myself.
Yeah.
Dude, I knew somebody, older person, and they said that they knew these guys in high school. That what they would do is one of them would pretend to be retarded, and the other one would pretend to be his caretaker, and they'd go to the zoo and get pussy.
And get pussy?
Yeah, not both of them.
Not oh, they
You take
trade
them
off.
out, Jeremy.
Dude,
Okay.
what a wingman.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's wingman of the year.
They'd have to trade off though, because like, dude, I can't be the fucking guy again.
Just 1 more week. 1
I
more
just
week.
want
You
some
can-
fucking pussy.
Yeah.
But you're so good at it.
Yeah, no, I think you're good at being the.
That's crazy. You knew these?
Is that
people?
real though? Like, you know
Yeah,
that
it's a
episode
real-
of Always Sunny where they pretend to be crippled? That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah.
But I never
To
thought
be
that was
fair,
a real
I
thing.
don't know if that hurts anybody. Who does it hurt?
If anything, like the woman probably feels pretty stupid after. It probably hurts her a little bit.
But
That's why she's like, I only fucked you because you had a retarded brother.
Yeah.
That's like a weird thing to own.
yeah, then you have to admit that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That's another one of those.
He comes around towards,
Yeah.
he's not retarded. High
Yeah,
five.
she's like-
you dumb bitch.
Yeah.
She just walks
Oh.
He starts joining in. Like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
out.
His cock's too small. For
Yeah,
a
yeah.
retarded.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like, it's there's always these things people are like, that's fucked up, but you can't pinpoint why it is.
Right.
Because
right.
you're like, it is fucked up, but does it really
yeah,
hurt?
but who? Right. Like, what if, say, she doesn't find out that he's retarded, even, or that he's not retarded? Then I think it really does hurt nobody.
Literally nobody gets
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you are kind of deceiving somebody, but hurting.
I guess,
Yeah.
but it's like, I think all of that, that's always an argument.
Probably hurts the animals at the zoo, dude.
Why?
They're like, oh, I thought we were communicating with them. Because zoo animals
All
can
Down syndrome
speak.
kids are like Harry Potter. where
Yeah, they
talk
can
to the
speak to
snakes.
retarded.
Yeah.
The polar bear wants me to climb in.
It does kind of seem like they're more connected with nature in some sense.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. Well,
You
I
know?
think it's a general peace with reality.
Right,
that
right.
we have,
Yeah. Or kind of like less mind,
Look,
means
all I'm
more
saying
heart.
is
Or...
I'm ready for Marvel's least apologetic retarded superhero.
Oh, that's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll
But
start
that's gonna
simple.
be a little
The
awkward.
villains. It's always the villains.
But you know how they have to have like for when they do like a Latino thing or an Asian thing, they have to have like Latino writers. That's like
Yeah,
also
yeah.
a thing.
Oh, they're gonna have to. Okay, it's a scription crayon,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. How do you go about that? You
dude,
know?
they're gonna make the best superhero movie because those guys love superhero
dude.
movies.
And
that-
they know all the lore.
Oh.
The only problem is
True.
like I don't know how good they are at like generating ideas.
That's
Yeah,
what
they're
I'm
just gonna do movies that have already happened. They're like The Dark Knight, show.
That's
Like,
what
you don't have the rights.
and then
to-
all the like writers are gonna be the execs are gonna be like, great idea.
Yeah,
Frank."
yeah, that's for sure the thing too. Yeah, he comes out
Yeah.
with like a crown and like one of those capes, and they're
Yeah.
like, he made the whole movie. And he's on the red carpet, but they're like, he didn't. do that."
They hand him a note. They just
They're
start
like, this
crying.
is $4 million. Do you think we're gonna give him that and let him do it?
They're like they give him a note. They're just like.
They made a Down syndrome Victoria's Secret model.
I
Did
saw
you guys
that.
see that?
Well, I mean,
Yes.
God made a Down syndrome.
God,
Victoria's Secret. Victoria's
right.
Secret just harnessed the power. of
Right,
it.
right.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's wild because it's like it is. That person has the intelligence of a 12-year-old.
I
so that is
didn't.
really
I
weird.
did not jerk off to it,
Thank you for clarifying.
but I
Yeah.
thought about it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be an honest man if I didn't say like, what would happen
if I did this
in the afterlife?
Yeah. Well, she didn't even look too. She kind of looked
No.
like
Some of
your
them are kinda on
average,
the
like
fence, too.
yeah.
It doesn't come out like
I
just-
think I have a
Yeah.
Hollywood conspiracy because that new Woody
that?
Harrelson movie is coming out.
No,
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the lead girl is like she looks like she has Down syndrome, but she like does interviews and like she's really good at acting. And I'm like, This is like a hybrid. I think this is like a Hollywood
Alex Jones has
hybrid.
been talking about the
Yeah,
human animal
yeah.
hybrids.
And they're gonna put them in movies.
Yeah.
And Woody Harrelson's gonna be in it. And it's gonna be fucking fantastic.
That was a good Alex Jones. Holy shit.
Wait,
Yeah,
so they're making hybrids so that because
Yeah,
it
dude.
is. It's not something. It's not either or nothing. It's like there is like I saw a guy. I was actually
Is there really?
Yeah, I was in Macon, which was a surprise that in the middle of Georgia. Actually, apparently that's not an insexual thing. The Down syndrome. Apparently that's a
really?
misconception. But
Once again, what have I been not doing?
Yeah.
Fucking my hot
I
uncle.
got a couple
Yeah,
hot
yeah.
cousins.
But yeah, no, it's like there was a guy and he's like just had a slight accent of like Down syndrome, and I was like, oh, he's like you could tell his eyes weren't as
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geometrically sound.
yeah, but it wasn't. Yeah, it was like half. Yeah, that's like a real thing.
Yeah.
high
No,
functioning.
pull up. Can you pull up a photo? Do you have an intern or anything? You can pull up a photo.
No, I wish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can someone pull up a photo of the Downs Victoria's Secret model?
You
How
haven't
do you
seen
want
her?
to pull it up? No, I just want a reference right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Yeah. Because to me, I remember her looking kind of like.
She
looks
looks
like-
like half of it.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
looks like kind of your
Not like
average,
two
like.
face, where like one half of the face.
No,
is
that
like-
would be something, wouldn't it?
It's literally as I type in Vict and it's the first thing on my
Oh
phone.
yeah. This is also
Gee.
news from like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's been covered on this podcast.
she looks like every like
She kind of.
every girl has like a friend in their friend group who gets no dick and looks just like this.
Oh, but still kind of is like the slutty one
dude,
for
she
some
looks
reason.
fucking hot.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying. She looks like.
But her face, her lips are still kind of like.
yeah.
Yeah, but people have those kind of lips these days.
But like,
She-
yeah, that's kind of crazy.
That. Dude, she's like not even kind of like she's like
She's
straight
hot.
up good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wanna
I think that
take
would
a
be
peek?
absolutely taking advantage of somebody though. Oh wow.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like, doesn't she know that she's a model? Like, what is her idea of this? you
Yeah,
know?
but it's like your
Are
intelligence.
you asking if
is
people
that.
with Down syndrome are self-aware?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not in this version. Chat GPT hasn't gotten that.
Yeah. But it's like, yeah, no, it's like that person still has the intelligence of like a 14-year-old. So it's kind of like,
look at these.
Is that true though? I'm just looking at them.
Crazy.
yeah, it's
dude.
insane.
Yeah.
Wow. She might be shy a chromosome, but she's heavy where it matters.
Yeah.
She's trying to find some kind of way out of that.
Pretty sloppy one.
Yeah. Not as sloppy as I don't know.
Yes,
I've covered
dude.
this so many times. so like,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. You don't show kids porn and don't have sex with people with Down syndrome. Probably a good.
I guess that's
But
kind of
apparently
the
they're not
moral.
attracted to like I know somebody who knows somebody with Down syndrome, and they're, I keep
I
not.
know somebody who knows.
Well, eventually we all know somebody who
Yeah,
knows
yeah,
some.
but they were saying that like the girl with Down syndrome, they're like, oh, you should hook up with this guy with Down syndrome. He's like, ew, no, he's
Oh,
ugly.
really?
Yeah,
They
they want to
don't?
fuck like people
Oh.
who don't have Down syndrome.
Oh, I thought at first you were saying they don't want to fuck non-Downs people.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
Which
that would be
would
sick if
be
like you get over
awesome.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
just The Rock in a movie. They're like, who is this big ugly piece of shit? If he wasn't a wrestler, I would want nothing to do with it.
Look at his neck; it's so thin. Yeah, no, I think it's like, but she's like, I don't want to fuck any dude's Down syndrome, but people without Down syndrome can't fuck her because it's like that's disgusting. Could you
Yeah.
imagine a guy pull up? He's like, I have no ill intentions with your daughter. You're like, no, just no,
No.
you can't. It's like you don't want her to be happy. It's like, this is weird, dude.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
You don't want her to be happy and for me to be really, really weirdly happy? Probably illegally happy.
yeah. Do you think?
Imagine Illegally Blonde. It's just the same movie, but she's got Down syndrome.
But it's not illegal until someone tries to fuck her.
Doesn't have to make sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody else will fuck me on my race car bet. She's the only girl who will do it. But
She knows the legality as to why like nobody can.
yeah.
It says here in Article B that if you wear 3 condoms and don't get drunk, you are allowed to have sex with me.
He's like, shit, okay.
Well, it's like,
3?
dude, my grandma, she had Alzheimer's, and there was like dudes trying to date her when she was like fucking like
Wow, dude.
80. And you're
Oh.
like,
So,
all right.
because she's super ghostable at that point.
Yeah, that's what it is. So it's like that's always going to be a thing. So I guarantee that I bet you her DMs are probably like,
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh,
which
yeah.
that would be
If she can ever figure out the passcode on her phone, dude,
Dude, I bet you Chris Hemsworth or somebody's
Probably
like slid
these
in
people
there.
are so nice.
Yeah.
yeah. Doesn't Chris Hemsworth have Alzheimer's?
No,
does.
this shit's so lame, dude. He found out he's possibly predisposed to having Alzheimer's.
Oh,
so he had
my
a whole
God.
documentary where his wife wore like makeup as an old lady, and he's like, "I'll never get to see her as an old woman because I might have." And you're like, dude,
Oh, that's
God.
so,
these people are
celebrities are so
crazy.
fucking
Okay.
dramatic, dude.
It's crazy. Yeah,
There are people with actual Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I don't care. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't care. I remember I did a joke about him because I was like, but luckily he'll forget all about Thor: Love and Thunder, like
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that, because it was a shitty movie. And people were like, "It's not funny." Dude, it's so interesting to me the stances that people take on like certain things.
Yeah.
It's like Kanye West and Alzheimer's are like the two things people are constantly defending.
Oh,
Alzheimer's?
Yeah, Alzheimer's.
People really get up in arms about
Yeah,
Alzheimer's?
because I think it affects like a lot of people. So
Yeah, but it just kind of does. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like there's-
everything in life affects a lot
Yeah.
of people.
Yeah. We got to wrap up.
Okay.
What do you guys want to promote?
The Untitled Podcast on YouTube. My YouTube is, I think it's Paddy's Things He Made or something like that. trying to not put my last name in it in case,
Yeah.
legality comes into play. But yeah, check that out. Videos on YouTube that just started up, and you guys are going to be on it Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Also, Morning Goods are going to start being on YouTube. They might be a little late. If you're
Oh,
watching
hell
this on
yeah,
YouTube, I'm trying to upload them as much as possible. Also, this video camera cutouts, that's going to be like, we'll figure out what we'll do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
didn't do most that at the end. Kind of skidded a little bit, so I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Down skidrum.
Yeah. But if you do have YouTube, follow Michael Good Comedy on YouTube. Yeah. And then, Malia.
I got a show. At St. Mark's Comedy Club every Friday at 10:15. Come out and
It's a good show.
come out and enjoy yourself.
That was creepy as shit.
I mean it from the bottom of my heart.
Just said
being-
that like Peppy.
I'm just being sincere.
Enjoy,
Yeah.
guys.
Thanks, man.
Sweet.